This month we're returning to the north of the state and visiting the North Esk River Vineyard. The vineyard is only a 5-minute drive from Launceston and is the first vineyard on the Relbia loop of the Tamar Valley wine route. Here we are today at the North Esk River Vineyard at Relbia. I'm here with Matt. Thank you for having us today, Matt. He's the manager of the vineyard, which produces this Charmin label Tasmanian wine. So I can see that you have a lot of different wines here. How long has the vineyard been established for, and what actual type of wines do you produce?
Okay, the property was actually bought in 1984 by Mike and Philippa Sharman, hence the name of the wine. And they bought it for the sole purpose of planting grapes on here and making a vineyard, which ended up being the first vineyard in the Relbia region in the modern era. Okay, since that time, from trial plantings, we now have 9 different wines on our list, okay, and we grow 10 different varieties of grape at the moment that we put into wines. We have 2 types of reds. We have a Pinot Noir, which is a standard for Tasmania, and we have a Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot grapes as well that we blend together to make a Bordeaux blend of wine there. We also have a sparkling, okay, which is our Pinot Noir and Chardonnay mix. We also have 2 types of Chardonnay. We have an unoaked Chardonnay and one that's traditionally made in an oak barrel. We also have a Sauvignon Blanc, a Pinot Gris, a Riesling, which is a very nice Riesling at the moment, and we also do a late harvest, which is traditionally called a sticky, which is a very sweet dessert wine.
Something I noticed today when I got here, the labels have changed since you've taken over. Can you talk to us about the concept of the new label?
Yes, certainly. Well, when we took over the vineyard, which was 13 months ago, we weren't sure which direction we'd head with the marketing and things like that with the wine. So we talked about it, and in the end we thought we'd best keep the Sharman's name because it was known within Tasmania, and it would be a shame to lose that name for it. The labels themselves for us were just probably a little bit dated. So in the end we decided that if we were going to change anything, now was the time to do it, and we decided that what we'd do is just feature an animal that is on the vineyard on every single bottle. So each variety has a different animal on it, and the watercolours are beautifully done, and they're done by a Tasmanian artist, Beth Emily, so she's from Hobart.
Oh, excellent.
So we've used local people in establishing the actual label themselves.
Yeah. That's a really nice touch. For December, we're going to be featuring the sparkling. Yes. What's different about your sparkling, or what characteristics can people expect from your sparkling?
Okay, the sparkling itself is, as I said before, is a 50-50 mix, or close to it, of Chardonnay grapes and Pinot Noir grapes. It's not a pink sparkling at all, it's still a white sparkling. And basically what happens is we pick the grapes slightly earlier, so they've got a little bit more acid and less sugar in them, which is what you want for a sparkling. You want them to be a little bit drier, which this one is. It's a Brut style sparkling. And it gets fermented, and over time it will then, after fermentation, will get put into the bottle with all the sediment in there. And then we have a process of where we keep it on lees. Okay, lees is just storing it with the sediment in it, and we try to get as long as possible out of it. This one here is a 2010. It's been on lees for around 3 years. And what happens is at the end of that time on lees, after gaining all the flavours out of the sediment gets removed from it, and we add in that Chardonnay liqueur to it, which is a very traditional French style of making sparkling. Okay, the actual flavours within the grapes from the Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are not noticeable within the wine. It actually comes out with a melon, sort of a green apple character with it, which is a very fresh flavoured Brut style sparkling.
The vineyard is currently expanding, with Matt being in the process of planting 3 more hectares of Pinot Noir, Pinot Gris and an exciting first Shiraz, in the hope of adding another wine to their already impressive list. The cellar door is open 7 days a week over the summer months. The North Esk River provides the perfect backdrop to enjoy the delicious Charmin fine wines. As you drive in the driveway, you really are blown away by the beauty of the vineyard. When you visit, take a stroll amongst the vines, even walk to the river, and take in the lovely surrounds of the North Esk River Valley. This month's hamper is perfect for the summer months. Enjoy a glass of Charmin sparkling with a lovely Tasmanian platter made with the ingredients from this month's hamper.